Good looking now, G.
Everybody have to tell you that he made you beautiful. Beautiful. Everybody have to tell you that God made you beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey there, excuse me, miss. No disrespect, you're very precious.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to return to the classics.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Hype. Give it up for our DJ 007.
I love my job.
You can check him out on Instagram at Mr. I Love My Job. Today we're talking about what's in our food part 2. Why don't we eat well? Most of the time we are so busy, we grab any unhealthy snack and don't even realize it. Do you try to eat well? Tell us what you think. You can join the discussion by posting your opinions on our Facebook page at Philly Hype TV Show and on Twitter, The Hype TV Show. Be sure to use hashtag FoodHype2. Stay tuned, we'll get hype on food right after this.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Are you a local artist and you would like to have your music featured on The Hype? Well, we might be looking for you. We're looking for respectful hip-hop, R&B and soul, dance and house music, inspirational music, and rock and pop. Please send us the following. We need 5 pictures, 5 edited tracks, 1 music video if you have it, and a bio of the artist. Send it to thehypetvshow@gmail.com. You're watching The Hype, TV for, by, and about young women.
I'll eat like snacks, like chips or gum. I'll eat a
lot of fruits. Take a lot of fruits out of the house.
fruit. I eat fruit when I'm busy. It's like on hand, you know, just walk and eat it. Awesome. And it's healthy. I don't usually eat when I'm on the go.
I drink a lot of coffee, and sometimes I have sushi, like in a box, and I just eat it.
Oh, you rich?
No. Or I'll have like a $1 cheeseburger.
Pop-Tarts. When I'm busy, I don't eat anything in the mornings, but I try to grab like a quick water and that's it.
Try to eat a lot of veggies and, you know, sandwiches.
Probably something small, like a Nutri-Grain bar, or like a little formal yogurt or something.
Welcome back. So we just heard what some of you had to say about our topic. And now I'd like to welcome my co-host Vanessa and our special guest host, nutritional expert Dijanaba of Happy Body, Healthy Choices to the conversation. Also, we have Blush joining us in the audience today. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
So yeah, these questions are something that I know I've definitely had difficulty with when it comes to being busy and on the run. How do you eat healthy?
Everyone's busy. I just think that you have to prepare. I mean, if you wake up knowing what your day is going to be like, you know if you're going to be busy, you know that the night before. So for me, honestly, for breakfast, if I know I'm going to be busy at work, I eat beans and rice because I need something that is going to hold me over till lunch.
Some people are gonna be like, beans and rice. I mean, all of that I just did, beans and rice. No, seriously,
so it doesn't have to be the beans and rice, but I think it's better to have a larger portion of food in the morning that's gonna hold you over till 12 instead of eating some chips on the go, a juice, and then you're hungry by 10 o'clock. When I'm busy,
guilty of that.
I hate being hungry at 10 o'clock at work. It's too much.
But then you can eat more than 3 meals a day. You can do 6 small meals a day, but I don't know if that's part of this, but that's definitely something that you can definitely do. I know I do that because if I try to eat something heavy, it's too heavy for me.
Down.
Yeah, it'll slow you down. So I try to do something like in between.
Well, when you're eating brown rice and beans, you don't get that heaviness feeling. So,
I know what brown rice is.
So if you're feeling heavy, you're probably eating too much of that portion.
Portion control, I don't have it.
So I'll eat like a cup of brown rice, beans, and like a cup of collard greens, and that's my breakfast.
Oh my gosh!
But
I think
that's like real food.
But no, that's a whole discussion too when you're thinking about conventional breakfast. Is there such a thing? Like you can,
And is it necessary?
Yes.
I don't think that is necessary.
I don't think so. Me either. I hate it too. I just know how to make eggs.
Yeah, like I don't want eggs in the morning. Like,
I don't think that is necessary. I think we have to get out of the box of what we can eat when we eat. I think that if you're going to do many snacks throughout the day, 6 mini meals, you still have to prepare. You still have to pack it.
It's called meal prep. It's a big thing now.
If you know that you won't have time, eat something larger. If that means eating more oatmeal, if that means eating more cereal, although I don't eat cereal, but if that's what you eat enough that's going to hold you over so you don't have to grab the junk, the candy, the chips, the juice, just the empty calories. Because again, you're not going to be full and you're going to overeat because you're still going to want your lunch, but you're going to overeat because you're now not fulfilled.
But you know what I do when I'm in a hurry? I'm the lunchbox queen, and it's probably problematic because I literally have about 12 different lunchboxes.
Can I have one? I've been looking for
No,
one.
you cannot have a lunchbox.
Is it a pretty lunchbox?
Actually, I have a bento box, which is this thing that has like little components in it where it carries like 4 or 5 different things and it keeps them warm during the day. I have a lunchbox that's insulated if I'm taking lots of little snacks. I mean, and I do prepare because my big issue is, frankly, I'm paranoid about gaining a lot of weight, and then diabetes runs in my family. So I'm always like, okay, I've really had a little too much sugar going on, a little too much starch, the white stuff. So I make lunches, and you talk about you're eating beans for breakfast. If I know I'm in a hurry, I get up early. So while I'm getting dressed, I will literally take like the little wingettes. They're like the small chicken wings cut up, and I will bake them while I'm getting dressed, and I'm on my way to work eating a 6-piece. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't do cereal. It's a waste of time if you ask me. And I'm always like cereal, who does that?
Right? I don't even like cold for breakfast. Like I just like hot foods.
So wait, okay, but the thing about like carrying lunches and stuff like that, like with the meal box, I definitely think is a good idea. But like then you got to carry all that stuff with you.
I know.
You have to have like, especially if you're on public transportation. I'm gonna be out all day. I'm gonna be out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That means I'm carrying all 3 of those meals in my backpack.
And I have a really nice backpack.
So I mean, but big bags are in. So is it really a lot, or do you see it as an inconvenience? And the other thing is, it can be cumbersome to bring your lunch. But the solution: pack your food in baggies. If you're going to be somewhere there's a microwave, put your rice in a baggie instead of a container. So when it's done, your paper bag, your baggies, it's all trash, and then you have less food as you go throughout the day.
That's true, because you could even bring paper plates, which take up less space. So if it's in a baggie, you literally just throw it all on the paper plate and then put it in the microwave.
Who is carrying paper plates?
If it's less than a Tupperware, taking up less space.
That may not be good for the environment. However, it may be healthier for your body.
But no, seriously, it really is something that I think that we are more focused on what we're doing in our lives, but then not realizing that we need to, the energy
Nourish.
is what we do for ourselves. We'll eat it.
You need to nourish your body. You're so busy. Let me tell you something, and I'm sometimes guilty of it too. I'm so busy, and then my body is like, oh, you too busy to eat, you too busy to drink water.
Debilitate.
I'm in my bed for a weekend because I just need to rest. It's not even, I'm tired. So it's like, okay, we live this fast-paced life, but if we do not nourish our bodies, it's going to lead to diseases. You know, it's going to lead to exhaustion, and you're not going to be able to do what you want to do to the fullest capacity. So you make your choice. You skip meals, you eat empty calories, or you try to eat somewhat healthy and pay attention and take your time and have more energy to do everything that you want to do.
Exactly.
It's about finding that balance for you.
For me, I guess I'm kind of stuck between a balance of wanting to be healthy and also being cheap. Because if you think about it, when you're out and about, I'm not spending money on all of this crappy food that you can pick up in a hurry. It's like, really? How much does this sandwich cost or this burger cost? And you're taking a crapshoot with respect to how well it's going to taste, and you know you're not getting any decent calories or nutrition. So I'm like, no, it's cheaper. It might be a hassle to put all that stuff in my backpack sometimes, but no, I'd rather do that than spending $4 or $5 4 or 5 times on stuff that doesn't
That's
work.
another thing. Pricing and
It's really
expenses.
important.
Yeah.
And even with bloodshed, what about those people who live in areas, food deserts? Like what things can we offer them? Because if all you have is fast food restaurants around you, corner stores, a lot of them don't have fresh fruits and vegetables. You don't have a major supermarket. What do you do?
That's definitely a problem in many major cities and rural communities across the United States. However, in Philadelphia, they are adding fruits to the corner stores. They have been doing a lot in Philadelphia to make healthier foods available. And unfortunately, you have to make, whatever you have to make the best of it. So if you only have the Chinese store restaurant in your food and you need to feed your family, you go get some chicken and broccoli. And one meal can really feed 2 or 3 people, especially if you have younger children. And then if you have 3 kids, you have yourself, you get 1 platter for them, 1 platter for you, and then you save half of it so that you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner the next day.
And you could actually, that's a good point, because you could actually ask to steam the vegetables, because they steam vegetables all the time at Chinese stores.
Steam the vegetables, and you could get the sauce on the side so you can dip the sauce instead of having it saturated with the sauce. And in Philadelphia, they're trying to they're working with the Chinese restaurants to reduce the sodium by 20%. So there's a lot going on in Philadelphia, but if that's not happening in your city, get the sauce on the side. Don't use the soy sauce or get the low sodium soy sauce.
What's wrong with soy sauce?
It has a lot of sodium in it.
Okay.
So salt leads to heart disease. So.
Well, thank you. We're going to get back into the conversation right after this, so stay tuned.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new. Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened? Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi. You mean you were driving? Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Enroll, we say, we want you to be
we budget, so don't accept defeat.
Now you can get covered and still
Buy me treats.
You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options.
Hey, this is Jennifer Hudson, and you're watching The Hype.
TV for, by, and about young women.
I'll pack a lunch. That way, I don't have to stop, spend money, and eat unhealthy. So I'll pack oranges, a lot of fruits, water, probably leftovers from last night's dinner.
Grab some fruit. Yeah, fruit is definitely like my go-to. Fruit and water. It's like you can't beat it. I guess like fruits.
You have to make time for yourself to eat. I forget to eat a lot of the time.
Yeah, when I wake up, I don't usually eat.
Yeah. I go to McDonald's because I don't have money for fruit. Because I buy sushi.
Yeah, fruits definitely. I just grab a banana. That's what
I love strawberries. I'd say just eat a lot of like fulfilling like small foods. Like you can take a small little like Chobani yogurt or like a small like turkey sandwich. Like something you can carry that's small but you can eat it quickly.
Welcome back. Now, if you're watching us at home, school, or wherever you are, you can join the conversation by posting your comments online. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, then post your comments to today's question. How do you try to eat well? And don't forget the hashtag #FoodHype2. Here's what some of you had to say on Twitter. Queen E says, I eat healthy by eating kosher fruits and veggies and halal meats. Rock Owns Me says, I eat healthy by buying all organic and natural foods. Okay, so those are pretty good choices to eating healthy. But that's a question that's how do you eat healthy? Like how do you do that? When you're in different situations, especially when you're at different points in your life.
Yeah.
Before you answer that, can you just tell me quickly what halal means and what kosher means? I mean, somebody else may or may not know, but I'm not Johnny on the spot with knowing what it is.
So it has to do with the preparation. So halal is meat that has been prayed over, and kosher has to also do with the same thing.
Yeah, not mixing up certain ingredients and making sure that things are made a certain way.
Thank you.
So I think that you have to be mindful of what's available for you when it comes to eating healthier. So if you're in high school, you may not have that influence over your parents to say, oh, I want salad or I want to eat healthier, or your parents may not be cooking for you. So it's all about taking what you have and making the best of it. If you can prepare food, again, you can cook some vegetables. You can throw them in the oven, you can cook them in the microwave, you can make a soup. Or if your parents just don't know how to prepare healthy foods and you don't know how to prepare healthy foods, you want to try to watch your portions. You don't need 2 plates of food. If
you're telling somebody to put portion of mac and cheese?
Yes. I am.
Right?
I am saying that because if you don't, it leads to clogged arteries, heart disease, obesity. So you have to make a choice over your health.
But I think that's an important thing, is that I think one of the reasons why that we all don't eat healthy is because we don't realize what the effect is of eating unhealthy.
And you know what, even with that, I don't think it's that sometimes we don't realize it, but it's like this one thing, like we don't link it together. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm not eating healthy overall, that might affect me, but I'm not thinking, okay, if I eat this one cheeseburger right now, that's not really gonna have such a big effect on my, So I think sometimes it's the small choices that we make throughout the day or throughout the week or whatever.
Right, but that's because you don't really understand how they all work together and how they link up. But you were saying something about, as a teen?
As a teenager, so it depends on the influence that you have with your family and with your parents. And if you can't do anything at all about food choice, you can choose how much of that food that you're eating. So you can get a smaller plate and eat that. Because a lot of times we eat food so fast, we don't even realize that our bodies aren't hungry. So slow down, chew your food, and you will naturally start to eat less.
I actually have a comment or question from someone here.
Hi, I actually wanted to pose a question concerning fast food. I know that one of the biggest issues that I ran into with all these different restaurants is it's not so much about the calories within the cheeseburgers, but what I found out is that it's not actually meat any longer. I know like Taco Bell, the tacos are about 80% filler, whatever filler is. What message do you send to the youth regarding an ingredient that's called filler? Instead of, it's not even identified. It's called filler ingredients or filler meat. So
Filler meats. What is filler meat?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a really good comment. Fast food restaurants, they really aren't healthy for you, and we just have to accept that. But if you have to eat there, you have to make the best choice for you. That means, my little brother, he'll go and he'll eat two burgers, 2 order of fries, and then the largest steak. You're not that hungry. I think that's
But it tastes so good.
In the moment, it does. I mean, I understand
I feel like
that.
that's all I'm gonna say,
But here's the thing, it does, but there's other things that you can do with your money. If you're
that's
on a
true.
budget, if you're
That's
on
very true.
there's movies that are coming out, and if your parents only gives you $20 a week, if you could bring leftovers to eat, now you can go to the movies on Friday, or if you want a new pair of earrings, you can redistribute that money. So it's about choice. It really is.
It is.
If you're in college, I mean, you may just have the cafeteria, and that's just all that you have. But again, how do you become creative with the foods? So they may have a chicken sandwich over there. They may have a salad bar that just has lettuce and tomatoes. However, you can say, oh, I can make a chicken salad. Get a piece of grilled chicken without the bun, get the lettuce and tomatoes, and now you have a salad. It's like, how do you become creative? And there is a world of microwavable foods out there. I'm not saying that they are the healthiest, but they may be a healthier choice if you add vegetables. You have a cup of ramen noodles. You add some frozen vegetables to it that you can store in your room. Use half of that
Carrots are so
seasoning.
good.
You're getting some type of nutrition in your body.
But speaking of frozen, could you clear up this confusion a lot of times when it comes to frozen vegetables and fresh vegetables? Because a lot of times there are this misconception that frozen vegetables is like totally unacceptable. You have to buy some
Organic.
Organic, like elaborate type of.
You spend $5 on one strawberry.
Yes.
I understand. So frozen food does not necessarily mean unhealthy. Actually, so the best food to eat is local. But again, local can mean 100 miles near you or 400 miles near you. So you want to eat local, meaning within 100 miles in your neighborhood. However, if you can't afford local organic foods, frozen food is actually your best next choice because it stops the process of the foods becoming, the nutrients breaking down the foods. So frozen foods are really high in nutrients, and sometimes they can be higher than the fruits and vegetables that you're eating because if you think about it, they have to pull that apple off the tree, they have to fly it over, it has to travel to your area, and then it sits in the supermarket, and then you decide to go shopping.
And then you keep it in your refrigerator.
And then you keep it in your refrigerator. So you can do one or two things depending on your time. You buy your fruits and vegetables in less bulk, or you buy frozen. And when it comes to organic, you really have to look. It really depends on the type of fruit and vegetable it is. There's no need to buy organic oranges. That peel is thick. Bananas are thick. But with strawberries, because they're immersed in the dirt, you want to try to buy organic berries. So it really depends on the types of foods that you're eating. Foods that have a natural covering like cabbage, it protects itself just the way that it's made.
Right.
So don't always think organic is best. Sometimes it's just a marketing trick.
Gotcha. Now we have another question actually.
Does adding chunks of fruit to your yogurt make it healthier?
Yeah, so is it fresh chunks of fruit?
Yes.
Yes, that's definitely a healthier way. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people, the yogurt thing is in, everybody wants to eat yogurt, which is fine, right? It's a healthier choice, has some protein in it. However, now they have these yogurts for children where they add a whole bunch of sugar to it for the flavors. So you want to stay away from flavored yogurts and you want to try to just eat fresh ones.
Thank you, Dijanaba. Thank you so much for all the information that you gave us. It was a wealth of information, and I hope that we all can learn from it and be able to make smarter choices. Even if we don't have the healthiest options, make healthier choices.
Definitely.
Stay tuned. The Hype will return right after this.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Homemade noodles. Marty, stop it. It reminds me, maybe we should try a new form of birth control.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think, though?
Enroll, we say. We want you to be okay. Enroll, we say. Take care of people for goodness sake.
There's a plan for every budget, so don't accept defeat.
Now you can get covered and still
Buy me treats.
You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Lon Howard from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You're watching The Hype.
My name is Kara, and I'm from Philadelphia, and you're watching The Hype.
Hey, I'm Dorian West from Philadelphia, Cheney Youth, and you're watching The Hype.
We would like to thank our DJ 007 and our special guest host Dijanaba. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like to intern with us, be in the studio audience show, become a guest host, or submit original music for the show, please visit our website, thehypetvshow.com. I'm Jessica Charles, and for Vanessa, Blush, and the whole Hype team, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good looking now, G.
Have to tell you that it makes you beautiful. Beautiful.
So beautiful.
God made you beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey there, excuse me, miss. No disrespect, you're very precious. Please tell me what's your name. You're a precious gem and God's to blame. No, I'm not trying to spit the game, cause it's your soul I'm trying to claim. You probably never heard of this. I love a affair without a kiss. All the diamonds in the world could never hold you. You're out